Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pathfinder Plays, and today we are going to be going into the Deadside Discord and digging out some new juicy questions and answers regarding their game. Let's get into it. Also, a quick reminder that I am streaming on Twitch, link is in the description. Thank you if you do follow. Question: are you going to implement the physical interaction with the environment and vegetation? And they say that just like in any other modern shooter, the characters will be interacting with the environment. Falling from heights, being hit by a car, and other things will be causing damage to your character, and the damage will depend on how hard you are hit. Grass in the game, just like trees, reacts to quote global wind end quote, which changes its direction and strength. Apart from that, in the future we plan to implement such features as flattening the grass by a character who is laying in it, swaying of the grass when your character is running through it. Question: will it be possible to repair broken transportation? And they say yes, some of the transportation which you are going to find in the world will be missing parts which you will have to locate and install in corresponding slots. Broken transport can be repaired with a special repair kit which you can craft yourself, buy from a trader, or change the part that isn't working anymore. And I could have sworn that transportation was supposed to already be in the game during the initial release. I could be wrong, but right now there are no transportations which you can drive, but you can still find some parts lying around, which is interesting, such as spark plugs. So once those get implemented, it will be a nice change. Do you plan to develop your character? And they do say that no, we do not. We think it is unnecessary in games of this genre. It will only increase the difference between the experienced characters and the newbies, which we do not want. A player should only rely on their own skills when playing the game. So it almost sounds like the person who originally asked this question was really asking about, in terms of character development, like skill trees and special abilities and things that would give them an upper hand in combat, in which I would agree. If that was the basis of the question that was originally posed, it's ridiculous in this kind of a game. There shouldn't be skill trees, there shouldn't be unlockable combat advantages that not all players will immediately have access to. And I agree with the developers, in this kind of a game, it should strictly just be about gunplay, player sense, and gamer awareness. Those are the things that will matter in a PvP confrontation. Moving on. How will the map be implemented in the game? And they say that there will be one global map with main events and places marked on it. The player will be able to visit them /explore /go on a mission. For example, the green zones, which we all know and love, group missions, helicopters, and mini quests. Now I'm very interested in what they mean by mini quests, because I brought up in my earlier videos about having more than just the main missions where you go from industrial site to perhaps maybe a military site, clear out the players and AI, grab that box at the very end, and skedaddle. If by mini missions they're talking about retrieval missions, which is what I suggested, like go find 5 watches, go find 3 flashlights, give me some lighters, this and that, for say traders or other NPCs that they will bring into the game, I am so excited for whenever that happens, because though this is a PvP game, it is very difficult to find value in the game whenever it merely is just PvP, because once you killed all the players, stole their gear, got your base set up, and everything's looking fly, you're rich, you got your gear, you got your squad, what else is there left to do? The PvP cannot be an end unto itself, I think, though that should be the main focus, the bread and butter, if you will, of this game. Having those missions which you can do in groups or solo to add content and fill in the gaps, so to speak, is going to be so important to keep the player base engaged. Next question: are there going to be skins in the game, something like PUBG skins? And they say our gameplay is not session, and we don't think we will make loot boxes with unique clothing. You might be able to customize clothes and weapons by dyeing it with certain items which you can craft yourself or buy from NPC traders in the future. In any case, whichever way you choose to get this modified item, it can be passed from one player after one's death, or just by exchanging items in the game. I'm interested to see how they actually do that. Like, they say it can be passed from one player to another after one's death. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean that you simply keep the dies that you've crafted after your death? Or does this mean that the player that killed you can just loot your body and take it from you? I'm pretty interested to see what they mean by that. Question: will there be an option of donating, and how will it affect the gameplay? Donation system implies buying decorative modifications for game items such as dye, slight modification of items' skin, maybe buying decorative items for interior design of bases, and possibly buying usual game items which you can find in the game world using Steam platform. We will only be able to say which donations will be implemented closer to the early access release, when we don't have any golden guns or donated armor. So we are in early access, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody knows which donations got implemented, or if they have said, please share it in the comments below, because I am interested. Question: what about AI? How advanced will it be? And they say that ideally we would like AI to be different from mobs. For example, some mobs could be careful and likely to escape the battlefield, or would be fighting to the end and be aggressive towards their enemy. Some mobs could be acting from a distance, like some NPC snipers, and could be hiding from players. Time will tell how well we can do this, but we will be doing our best and have NPC, people, and animals behave in as many different ways as possible. Now I'm going to pause right there. There's more, but I talked about in my earlier videos about having animal AI, and I told them that I understood the complexities of making it good, and I assumed that whenever you implement animal AI, you will also implement more craftings such as armor, and maybe even hunting for the purposes of feeding yourself, right? Like, if you implement animals, sure, you may have bears and wolves to add more danger to the game, but what's the reward for killing them besides just simply surviving and taking up more of your ammo? You want to be able to skin them, take their pelt, take their meat, maybe take their teeth for something, and profit in that manner. So if they add animals, I understand that it will make it a bit more survival-esque than what was originally given to us, but it may be a very good thing. Continuing on with their answer, regarding higher levels of AI, what we would like to achieve is the feel of a real world where things just happen regardless of the player. Be that armed patrols on the roads, or accidental meetings generated right by the player, or a global NPC mission where cannibals are heading to rob the nearest village. All these activities should make the game more interesting compared to 2 hours wandering around the map trying to find a rusty gun. Or other players for that matter. Sometimes you just can't find players, and I don't think that's necessarily an issue on high-pop servers, but there's performance issues going on right now. So a lot of times people find it necessary to go to lower populated servers just so they can get some smooth gameplay. But if they were to make this normal, where you have global NPC missions and armed patrols and cannibals going around looting buildings, it would be amazing. Just yesterday I had this fantastic experience where I was looting buildings, no players in sight, and yet I got bum rushed by 5 or 6 different NPCs, armed patrols as they call it here, and I was able to kill them all, and oh my goodness, it felt good. I blacked out. I had bloodlust. It was the most fantastic experience of my life. The only thing that would have made it better is if I would have finished looting all their bodies and a player would have came up and I would have freaking put the cherry on top of the cake and bam, killed them too. Moving on. Will there be friendly NPCs? Answer: for now, the friendly NPCs are the traders in green zones, and maybe traders who have a variety of rare goods wandering the map. Besides that, some NPCs will be neutral toward the player by default, like village dwellers. Now, I will say that yes, they have the NPCs in the game right now. I haven't come across any of the trading NPCs who wander the map with a variety of rare goods, and I don't think they're in the game. But I am very much looking forward to the increasing of the NPCs number in this game. I would love to go into an actual village and find some survivors, some stragglers, some village dwellers. Next question, will players be able to make their own custom servers? And they say yes, in a way it is already a standard for such games and we will be working on that. The one thing that I hate about their servers is that you can't really make it custom because they haven't given us the proper files to say add mods, to give anti-cheat, to enable certain customizations of it, like they mentioned here, like frequency of mission, amount of armor or patrols, types of gear that can be spawned. Without these files that enable the admins and the server owners to truly customize, it will never be what it can be. So I encourage you developers, if you are listening to this, give us the files to modify the game, to thus customize the servers and increase your profit and your player count and the player engagement ultimately. Question, will there be group raids of NPC bases in the game? And they say we could create something like that as part of missions. Once we implement the option of raiding bases by players, it will be easy to implement NPC base raids by players. As of right now, as we all know, there is no base raiding, so to speak. You can wait outside somebody's base and then shoot them while they come out and then go inside while the door is still open and try to raid that way. But in terms of breaking down walls, climbing over walls, blowing things up, it's just not there right now, and that's fine. But once they do have that, I would love to see NPC base raids. I would like to see player-to-player base raids. It would be fantastic. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the video, so thank you very much for sticking with me till the end. And as always, if you enjoy this video and find this content valuable, consider hitting that subscribe button, sharing it with your friends, hitting that like button, and as a final reminder in this video, I am streaming on Twitch and the link is in the description below, so if you do enjoy this stuff and you want to see it live and you want to come chat with me while I get slayed and slay bodies and stack them high, click on that link below and hit that follow button on twitch.tv, please. And I will see you guys in the next one. Path out. Dude, switch your weapon. Oh my god. Oh, it lag killed him, dude. I'm alive. Dude, I'm alive. I killed all of them, and I killed a player.